Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to a new week of learning. Today we're starting out with a grammar lesson, and we are going to take a look at irregular verbs. So I'm going to go ahead and play for you the video that we have for irregular verbs. Hello, my favorite second grade friends. I am so excited to teach you about irregular verbs. We will be learning about have, has, had, do, does, did. Use have and has to tell about present time. Use had to tell about past time. Present form. I have, you have, he, she, it has, we have, they have. Past form. I had, you had, he, she, it had, we had, they had. Let's give it a try. Yesterday, Mom has or had a weaving lesson. Had. Good job. She have many rugs. She has many rugs. Great job. Use do and does to tell about present time. She does her homework. Use did to tell about past time. Yesterday, he did his homework. Present form. I do, you do, he, she, it does, we do, they do. Past form. I did, you did, he, she, it did, we did, they did. Let's give it a try. Right now, we do or did our favorite exercises. Right now, we do our favorite exercises. Great job. Yesterday, Bob did his homework. Yesterday, Bob did his homework. Great job. I can already tell you are doing awesome. Have fun practicing. Your teachers miss you very much. Wow, that really gave us a better look into what irregular verbs are. So, irregular verbs live by their own set of rules. They are mavericks of the English language. So just like in the video, this is a chart that you could look at if you needed some help. The subject is we. So if you are using we and you're talking about the present tense, you would say have. If you are using we and talking about something in the past tense, you would use had. Same thing for has. If you are talking about the present tense with one subject, you would say Jamal has. Or if you had a pronoun and you would want to use an irregular verb, you would say he has, she has, it has for present tense. Now for past tense, boys and girls, it's the subject and had. So Jamal had, he had, she had, it had. The same thing for have. Have is just the same as up here, only we're using more than one subject. So Ted and Jane have. Ted and Jane had. They have. They had. I put some examples down here for you, boys and girls. I had some toast for breakfast. Past tense. She'll have the package ready when you come. So that's actually talking about the future. And there's one more example down here. Mrs. Vasquez can't get this to quite go away. So hopefully you can see that when you are working, but I'm going to slide to the next slide just because of time. There it is. I've had some extra free time this week. So past tense is had. Great job. We're going to look at the same idea, only we're going to look at the verb drink. If you look at the top, it says, let's take the verb to drink. You can't turn I drink green tea into I drink it green tea. That doesn't make any sense. For the past tense, you say, I drank green tea. So it changes the spelling of the word. Drink belongs to a class of irregular verbs because it shifts from drink to drank, not drink to drinked. So if we look at our box down here, this is just like the prior slide. It says the subject is we. So we do in the present tense. We did in the past tense. The subject is Tim. Tim does in the present tense. Tim did in the past tense. If we look at he does, she does, it does, all present tense. Past tense, he did, she did, it did. If we look at Dan and Kelly as the subject, Dan and Kelly do. Past tense, Dan and Kelly did. They do is present tense, they did is past tense. We have 3 examples at the bottom of your screen. I do my laundry on Saturday. I did my homework in record time, past tense. She does charity work when she has time, present tense. This is from your book, boys and girls, page 306. I'm going to read it to you. Please follow along either in your book or on the screen. Irregular verbs. The verbs have and has can be used to tell what someone has right now. The verb had can be used to tell what someone did in the past. The verbs do and does can be used to tell what someone does right now. The verb did can be used to tell what someone did in the past. So if you look at the example in the box, it says, now is the present. I have a goat. She has a goat. If we looked at it in past tense, I had a goat when I was young. She had a goat a year ago. Same thing down here in this example. We do nice work. Past tense, we did nice work yesterday. That context clue yesterday lets us know that's in the past. He does nice work. He did nice work last week. Context clues, past tense. I'd like you to go ahead and answer questions 1 through 3, and then go ahead and send your teacher those answers. I'm going to read them to you, boys and girls. Choose the correct verb to complete each sentence. Then write the sentence correctly. If you feel like you can rewrite each sentence, that's great. If you have the sheet printed out already and you're looking for differentiation, you could just circle the correct irregular verb. Let's look at number 1. He has a loom now. He had a loom now. Circle the correct word, the correct irregular verb. Number 2, I do many crafts last year. Clue, clue, clue. I did many crafts last year. And then number 3, they has yarn before. They had yarn before. If you need a little extra practice, you can go ahead and work on this reader's notebook page. You're going to do the same thing you just did on the page before. You're going to read the sentences and choose which irregular verb best fits the sentence and makes sense. You can just circle the one that does. Then you're going to read the sentences down below and write the correct irregular verb on the line that makes the sentence make sense. If you need a bigger page, boys and girls, you can click here and it will take you to a Google document with a larger page. Okay, boys and girls, that was our grammar lesson talking about irregular verbs and how you have to be a word maverick to decipher them. Next, we're going to talk about a focus skill that you've done a lot of times. This focus skill is called sequence of events. Let me read from you from our book what sequence of events means. Glen May follows many steps to weave her rug. She must complete one step before doing the next one. She does the steps in order, or the rug will not turn out right. Think about what she does. First, next, and last. Those are sequence words, so keep that in your noggin. Think about what Glen May does. So, in order to refresh your memory of how to sequence events, think about the steps you need to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Remember to use time order words. First, next, last, in your discussion. So you can talk about this with an adult or an older brother or sister, or you can walk through it with me right now. How to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in 4 easy steps. I want you to raise your hand every time you hear me read a sequence word. First, you must get 2 pieces of bread. Then, place a generous amount of peanut butter of your choosing on one side of the aforementioned bread. On the other bread slice, apply an equally generous amount of jelly. The exact proportions are debatable and usually up to your own personal reference. Cover, slice, and there you have it. Behold the sheer deliciousness and wonderment that is PB&J. So we heard a few sequence words in there. I heard the word first and then for sure. Okay? So I thought you might like to listen to this cute little video about peanut butter and jelly and look at the different sequencing words that are used here and how they made peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut Butter and Jelly from the CD download, Preschool Learning Fun by The Learning Station. First you take the peanuts and you crunch them. You crunch them. First you take the peanuts and you crunch them. You crunch them for your peanut butter and jelly. Peanut butter and jelly. And then you take the grapes and you squish them. You squish them. And then you take the grapes and you squish them. You squish them for your peanut butter and jelly. Peanut butter and jelly. And then you take the bread and you spread it. You spread it. And then you take the bread and you spread it. You spread it for your peanut butter and jelly. Peanut butter and jelly. Then you take your sandwich and you eat it. You eat it. And then you take your sandwich and you eat it. You eat it for your peanut butter and jelly. Peanut butter and jelly. First you take your peanut and you crunch them. You crunch them. And then you take the grapes and you squish them. You squish them. And then you take the bread and you spread it. You spread it. And then you take your sandwich and you eat it. You eat it. It's peanut butter and jelly. Peanut butter and jelly.
Okay, boys and girls, hopefully that gave you a little bit of a brain break to get up and move and dance and to learn some more steps for sequencing an action or an event. So your next task is going to be to get your reading book out or log on to Think Central. And you are going to list the steps that Glen May uses to weave her rug. You can use the sequence chart below, or if you click here, you can have a larger page of this sequence event if that helps you. Okay, remember in your sequencing, you're going to want to start up here. See how the arrows point down? And you need to use your sequence words. So first, Glenn May. Next, she. Then, and last. There are 5 boxes down there. If you can come up with 5 steps, that would be great. If that's a little too hard for you, you can give me 3 steps, and that will be acceptable as well. We're really looking for you to use those sequence words and to use your text evidence to do this. So once again, you're using the story, The Goat in the Rug. Parents, if you could please pause me right now and have your child do that activity. And then if you click here in my slideshow, it is going to take you to an answer key. Yay! Happy May, you're welcome. And this answer key lays out the steps that Glenn May uses. Notice there is a lot of steps there, and we don't expect your kiddos to do all of those, but if they can find 3 to 5 of those sequence events and use the sequence words, they did a top-notch today. All right, boys and girls, I enjoyed so much talking about irregular verbs and sequencing events with you. I hope you have a great day of learning. Goodbye.